Hey everybody, I just want to share a little story time with you since the weather's faring up, except for today, it's kind of chilly out. But it's got me thinking of this time that me and Charlotte showed some out of state buyers properties near Louisville. I think it was about 30 minutes away from Louisville. But the story I'm fixing to tell you is actually not the craziest thing that happened to us that day. But, if you want to hear those stories as well, just let me know and I'll probably make another video. However, the story I'm going to tell you, took place at this property that we went to show. It was like I think a mobile home with some acreage. There was a small creek nearby, and we were just walking around the field, checking out the land and the property. There was an old barn there, pretty little place. And our buyer was like, "Hey Charlotte, what is that by your foot?" So she looks down, and everybody all of a sudden just looked down to see what in the world he was talking about, and there was a snake, and it was probably like 4 or 5 foot long, like, it was a decent sized snake. And I'm sitting there like, because I am personally terrified of snakes, and I am surprised I didn't take off running to the car like, oh my gosh, help me. But Charlotte was like, okay, and just casually walks around the snake. So we all followed her except the buyer's wife. She was like, "Are y'all crazy?" And we're just sitting here like, yeah, just a little bit, because I was trying to make eye contact with the snake over here, like, if it moves, I'm gone, I'm gonna take off running. And hopefully Charlotte can save me, because I am terrified of snakes. But that's just one of the craziest things that's happened to us that day in particular. And keep in mind, we probably showed these particular clients multiple properties, I think 5 or 6 that day. We traveled over 400 miles. We were definitely wore out time we got home, and we were totally done with that day. Like, we didn't want to go back. I also just want to add, for the longest time, I used to tease Charlotte about it. Like, haha, you about stepped on a snake, until last year, me and my daughter was walking by the road near our farm, and I kept looking back, make sure no traffic's coming or anything like that. And my daughter's screaming, "Mom, you just stepped over a snake." And of course, I didn't really believe her until I looked down, and there's this little snake curled up in a ball. And I first thought it was dead, so I kind of walked up to it, and I was like, okay, it's not smushed. So I called my dad. It's like, "Hey, there's a snake on the road. Can you come check it out? Tell me if it's dead or not." So he, comes over there, and it was not dead. It actually took off towards me and Stormy. So we ran as fast as we could down the road, and then it took off in the field somewhere. And I do not tease her about the snake anymore.